Again, for everyone, will be available for our registered students as well. And Days, who is here in place of Michael, Dr. Wolf, he will be making sure that he gets the recording and everything and making sure that he is our Zoom hand for tonight. So thank you so much. So excited for everyone here. I've been speaking with many of you behind the scenes, and so I'm just excited for us to get started. This is the third week. This is college admissions night. And let's just get ready for a good time, great conversation, and for us to get to know more about these opportunities for admissions for our students and how we can be better mentors as well with the more that we know, and even collaborate with one another, however the night goes. So everyone, I hope you are doing well. How's everyone doing? Good, good, good. Good. Also, look, Dave said I'm good too. But yes, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, of course, to the NC WIT Aspirations in Computing and Minnesota STEM Partnership Women in STEAM Movement 2022. I'm Shanetta Spriggs, multimedia designer, entrepreneur, and marketing engineer for the Minnesota STEM Partnership, and it is week 3 admissions night. So we have been enjoying just introducing all of our students to this incredible world of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And just be sure to go ahead and follow us on social media. If you haven't already, share and spread the news. Those who have not been on a call yet, at MN STEM Partners, and at Facebook at Minnesota STEM Partnership to stay connected to us, and use the hashtags proudly, like you see on the screen, MSP Women in STEAM and MSP Movement. So I'm going to go ahead with the housekeeping rules for those who may not know. We've been in this for 3 weeks now, and everyone has pretty much, got the gist of everything. But just to go further, for our registrants that will be watching this recording later, this program is yours and yours only, so do not share this Zoom link or the registration with anyone else. Proper registration is through aspirations.mnstempartners.org. Secondly, we want you comfortable on these nights and the next night, the last one, we're almost there. We want you to be comfortable, and we want you ready for a night to be your authentic self. We want you to just make sure that you're loving the skin that you're in, your hair. I'm loving how everyone has styled their hair tonight and just being themselves at home, cozy, whether it's cold, whatever we got going on, we're feeling good, okay? And we just want to make sure that our in-person attendees, make sure you're settled and quiet as they come in. Days, I know you'll take care of them. Got some snacks and some drinks. And for our virtual attendees, please do the same by muting, your microphone and just making sure your phones and everything are silenced. So for engagement purposes, our in-person attendees, they'll know through Days to write down their questions if there are any. And then also there is a raise hand feature for our Zoom attendees. We're going to save that for later. But if you do have a question or so, put it in the chat and I will make sure, or Days, he'll make sure that we'll check the chat and that we don't miss any questions or just any remarks. So, all right. So ladies in the Zoom, we got everyone in the Zoom for right now. Let me go ahead and see your hearts. Let me go ahead and see the thumbs up. Let me know that you are alive and ready for tonight. Yes, thank you, Jamila. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Hattie. Thank you, Tori. Awesome, everyone. So we are ready to go. I'm going to be your voice for the chat. And, just in case Days decides he wants to speak up, he can, he can just interrupt. But I hope everyone can hear me good. You have a good sound check. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'm going to get ready for the introductions for tonight. And I just want to go ahead and click through housekeeping rules I just went through. And introductions, Michael is not here tonight, but he does send his highest regards to you all. He couldn't be here, unfortunately. He did have some surgery last week, but he's doing well, doing super great. And we're going to go ahead and get started with me going forward with our wonderful Jamilka. You're first. So I'm going to be presenting you to everyone. Jamilka Leon is an admissions representative at North Hennepin Community College, and she attended Hopkins High School. then started at Minneapolis College in downtown Minneapolis right after high school before continuing on to Augsburg College, now university, to study psychology. She then attended St. Mary's University of Minnesota to obtain a master's in counseling and psychological services. She's recently married and shares 5 fur babies, 3 dogs, 2 cats with her husband. Aside from her full-time job, she's also a certified life coach helping women strategize their goals and build confidence. She enjoys traveling and yummy food. Jamilka, I saw you get a heart already from, from one of our mentors. Our first week, we actually talked about for our icebreaker was our favorite sandwich. So the fact that you love food, the fact that you love animals, just everything that you have done, that's very inspiring. We're so happy to have you on tonight.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. All right, and next we have Augustine Keitzer. She was born in Haiti and migrated to the US at the age of 11. Ms. Keitzer is the first woman to complete a bachelor's and a master's degree in her family. She was introduced to technical education and career pathways in 2015. Ms. Keitzer has since dedicated her life's work to introducing marginalized young men and women to technical and STEM education and careers. She is She is Pathways to Careers first program director at Dunwoody College of Technology as of January 2022. Prior to this role, Ms. Keitzer served as an admissions counselor for her alma mater for 2.5 years and Dunwoody for 4 years, including as a senior regional admissions counselor. She attended Fort Pierce Westwood High School, now Fort Pierce Westwood Academy. She holds a bachelor's of business administration in sports management from Finlandia University, a master of science in organizational leadership from Winona State University. She enjoys gardening, hiking, traveling, fitness, and wellness. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of that. That's so inspiring as well. And Jamila, if we are not in good company from everything we've been talking about since week 1, oh my goodness, but yes, we're going to go ahead and just go over the agenda goals. We're already where we're going to have the brief panel Q&A. And so I'm hoping that our students, when they check this out, that they're going to just be super excited and get to know these wonderful, the director and administrative representatives, that they just get to understand that they're multifaceted, that they are creative, that they have so much that they can do and be representative of themselves and all of the things that they have aspirations for and what they may even have questions about. So we're so excited to have you too. And you're just going to go ahead and let them know that we want to make sure that they get their college admissions experience and understanding, and then the mentor breakout training sessions will follow as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, but first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you all to our host, Jamila, who has been here with us. She's our ambassador and host, Jamila Toussaint. Jamila was Miss Black Minnesota in 2020, then crowned Miss Black USA in 2021. Not only is she a national title holder, but she's also a lawyer, entrepreneur, model, and yoga instructor. She has STEM pursuits and adoration and support of the BIPOC Women in STEAM movement. We're so happy to have her tonight. Jamila, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good, good, good. Can everyone, oh, awesome. Everyone hear Jamila good? Perfect, perfect. Well, I'm just so thankful for these ladies, and we're going to get ready for these questions for tonight. Jamila, we've got some interesting topics just to go ahead and get started with our ladies before they go into their presentation. So I will let you take it away.
Yes, thank you so much for having me tonight. This is definitely a topic that I'm super passionate about, so I'm excited to hear everyone's story. Ladies, thank you so much for being panelists and speakers for College Admissions Night, assuring readiness. And yeah, so let's get started. I will start with alternating questions for both of you, little Q&A. So let's start with Jamilka. So my question for you, why do you believe these high school girls should be, you know, really acquainted with the college process and just really get in depth with every step of the process?
So I think it's really important to start finding out those tidbits of information that you don't know what you don't know. And the sooner that you know it, the more informed decisions that you can make in the upcoming months, whether you're a senior or years if you are in lower grades. So I think information is power, it's wealth. And again, making the best decision that you can for yourself comes from having that information. And a wealth of information and resources and using that to your advantage right now. So just using this time to get informed, ask the questions that you need in order to weigh out the options that you have is super important. And the fact that you're here right now getting that information is a great step in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And when would you say students should kind of start that application process? How much time do you think they need for that?
So I think it depends on the school that you're applying for. A lot of competitive universities and colleges, the more prestigious ones, right? You're going to want to start that application process sooner rather than later. And oftentimes for the application itself, you might start in, let's say, the fall of your senior year, but the process starts before that, right? It starts in sophomore, junior, even freshman year, kind of getting yourself to I guess using your resources and getting yourself in the position to where you are ready to apply. Now, for a school such as North Hennepin or maybe a state university, it's a little less competitive, right? Your timeline is looking a little bit different. So right now, if you're in your senior year, it's a great opportunity and a great time to apply right now. As far as the public universities in Minnesota State, the month of October is free application month. So it's a great time to just get those applications in and start the process. But you really have, and I'm talking just for seniors right now, anytime from now through I think mid-spring would be a good timeline. So that gives yourself enough time to complete the application process, the admissions process, and pick out your classes and get ready for fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that overview. And Augustine, I'd like to ask, did you discover your hobbies and passions before or during your career?
That was definitely before my career. Most of my hobbies I discovered when doing my undergrad. I went to college in Northern Michigan, so we do get quite a bit of snow up there versus the cold. So in order to survive college for the 4 years, it was paramount to me to be able to adapt to the culture of the Northern Michigan and also just kind of enjoy the beauty of the Northern Michigan state. So my hobbies definitely developed from starting at my undergrad program. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. And Jamilka, how many programs would you say North Hennepin Community College offers? And how many are related to that tech field?
So North Hennepin has 30 associate degree programs, aside from also a bunch of different certificate programs that we offer. Related to technology specifically, we have about 6 programs as far as associate degrees. That includes computer science, data science, and 4 other ones. However, that being said, there are many different I would say like technology related or not necessarily technology related, but that leads into those pathways. For example, your liberal arts or your generals, a great foundation piece that can lead into more tech related fields. And we have about 8 of those programs and then 12 technology related certificate programs that are related specifically to different tech pieces.
That's awesome. And next, I'd like to ask Augustine and maybe even circle back to Jamilka on this one. I think it's a very interesting question. Why did you choose to commit to the pathway of technology? In particular, why the admissions area?
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is a great question, which I shared a little bit on in my bio. Is growing up in Florida and growing up in the area that I grew up in, I was not aware of such a thing as technical education until after I've graduated college, my undergrad, and beginning my career in admissions. So working with recruitment and being regional. So my territory was Minnesota, where I began to discover and learn about the technical trade opportunities and how where that is actually is amongst the underserved and underrepresented population, students like me, seeing themselves in these fields. And actually, I continue with that research with my master's, and that is actually what my thesis focused on is the lack of representations in STEM and technical education and how we would be able to encourage young women and young men of color to consider these opportunities and what the benefits could be in terms of closing the income and achievement gap and encouraging these students to consider these opportunities. So that is where my passion started, is learning that right away at doing the college fairs and just by talking with my colleagues and friends and on the road and learning about these resources and learning about their different students population, some of the trend that they're seeing. And I saw the need for someone like me to be able to be the face of letting these young men and young women what these different resources and opportunities may be look like for them and how to actually start tapping into that. So that's actually where my passion started, which is very recent. And I've delved in and I actually moved to Minnesota specifically to work at Dunwoody College, which is offer a wealth of different technical educations from STEM to manufacturing, robotics, computer science, engineering. So they mostly focus and they're concentrate in that area. So so I decided to make the move, and now we have this scholarship programs where it's more tailored and specifically targeting these young women and young men to have them the opportunity to, before they even go to college, and really find out if these areas in these fields are something that they would thrive and excel and be successful in, and transition from high school to college and potentially have an amazing career in these areas that are, have such a negative rhetoric behind it. Working as plumbers, working as an automotive is taught to be as less than for going for a bachelor's degree. So just wanting to be a part of that community and changing that narrative has been very rewarding, and working for at Dunwoody and working towards closing that gap.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so why do you think there is a lack of, representation, particularly amongst women of color in these technical industries?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very broad question. You can just dissect it in so
Yeah.
many different ways. But I think mostly from my research and what I'm seeing is that there's no representation in when it comes to college and starting at the high school even. There's a lack of CTE, technical education courses that are available, and these students are not really seeing their peers in those classes. Taking an automotive class, taking a shop class, you don't see a Black girl in those classes often.
Yeah.
So the fact that they don't see their peers doing it, and it's not something that has been talked about at the homes. So that is one of the big gap that I've seen. And then also when it comes to the professional field, you don't often see the face of a Black woman or Black men at the forefront of a company working as a STEM or doctor. So that's where that is the lack of representation makes it really difficult to get these young women into those science classes, those harder math classes too, and then be able to persist and then consider these courses at the college level. So there's that, and at the high school level, and then they were able to have a mentor, a parent, or somebody that they look up to, and go to the college level. Research shows that they get weed out because they again don't get that support. They don't see somebody that looks like them, and they get very discouraged, and the dropout percentage from young men and women of color going from the high school and actually wanting to consider or starting to pursue a STEM degree at the college level is horrendous, to see what that looks like. So yeah, I think that it really does start with the lack of representation and the lack of resources at the high school to expose these young men and women to these areas at an early age and start grooming them in that aspect.
Yeah, definitely. And Jamilka, can you touch on this a little bit from your perspective, and also talk about how much time you would recommend for these young ladies? I know some of these young ladies may have jobs, or they may have to babysit after school. Like, how much time would you recommend for these young ladies when they're applying for these programs, and how do they seek out help for this application process?
So I think there are, again, I'm going to go back to resources because it plays such a huge role. And I think there are definitely more resources out there than people know about, especially when you're in high school. You have your career center, you have your counselor. And I know a lot of schools have overloaded counselors, they have overloaded career centers. Well, guess what? The colleges that you want to go to, the universities that you want to go to, they want to help you too. They are also a resource. So reach out first to your high school, but also to your school that you want to apply for, and ask all the questions, and come to open houses and do programs like this that help answer those questions. As far as timeline and like time commitment, the beauty of starting at a 2-year school versus going straight into university is that flexibility that you have with your schedule. You can go anywhere from, part-time, taking a couple classes every semester, full-time or more even. As far as time commitment, it depends on, the class. If you're doing, classes that are very heavy on like data science, computer science, coding, that kind of takes a little bit of dedication, right? It takes a few hours, but the general rule of thumb is about for every hour that you are in class, you want to dedicate 2 hours worth of out of class work, whether that's homework or reading or working on projects per week. So that's kind of like the time dedication. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, and then also just like in applying for different programs, like how long does that process usually take?
So it depends on the school that you are applying for. And Augustine, maybe it's the same at Dunwoody, but for the 2-year community school, speaking from like North Hennepin, Hennepin Tech, Anoka, all of those schools, the application process itself is going to be maybe 30 minutes. It's a very quick process. We do not need letters of recommendation. We do not need transcripts right away. But something to keep in mind is that the application is just the beginning of the admissions process. There are additional steps that you need to do. Like, it's not just the application, then you're done and you're in. There are, depending on the school, orientation, meeting with an advisor, picking out classes, a bunch of different steps. However, as when you know what steps you need to be doing, and that's why it's important to ask those questions and contact your schools and I want to get started. Where do I start? The steps themselves are pretty simple and straightforward to just kind of pass through. You can get them done in a week. You can take a month. It depends on your time commitment, but the application itself is about 30 minutes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Perfect. And we'll end it off with Augustine. What do you want our young ladies to take away from the admissions presentation?
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to some of the key points Jamilka have already touched based on is absolutely those resources. visit with the counselor's office when those admissions reps are there. Ask questions, be curious. Certainly take advantage of those early application considerations. What I talk with my students now is how awesome would it be to not having to scramble around May and June to actually get things in, is be able to take advantage of those. And not only that, there are so many different opportunities for scholarships and different things that happens where oftentimes when they wait until June, these applications or scholarship fundings and opportunities are gone, is really to do that. Definitely schedule a campus visit. Schedule a campus visit to any colleges that you're interested in. Ask the right questions about career placement, resources, tutoring, class sizes, opportunities for mentorship. Those are all important, and start asking those questions early and get some good answers and be able to apply to several colleges at once. I know a lot of people don't say this, especially when you're admissions counselor, you want the students to apply, but I encourage students to apply to 3 to 5 different colleges, because one thing I say to students is the most expensive college that you attend is the one that you don't graduate from. And oftentimes that is because they pick a college that they don't feel like they're fit in that environment, or they don't pick the right program because they rush through the application process and feel like they have to pick something because they have to go to college. So it's really take advantage of the resources, ask questions that you might already ask it differently, ask the same question of the different people, just to see what's out there. And also find different opportunities for PSEO, right? Those are free. Take free college courses while you are your junior year, your senior years. I know the community colleges in Minnesota has those. Dunwoody has PSEO, and also do exploration programs as well. They're risk-free. You get to know what you want to do, and most importantly, what you don't want to do. So at those early age is definitely be curious, gather as many resources as you possibly can to make an educated decision. That's that spring of your senior year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for all of your information, great tips. I know this is probably, very exciting, but overwhelming for some. So we're really excited for your presentation and all of the great gems that you have to drop in there. So thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're muted, Shanetta.
I was just saying, I'm so excited for our brown and Black girls. Like, you all have no idea how much this means. And I'm so glad we were able to do this Q&A for them to look back on, because this is just so important. All of these gems, I'm going to rewatch this recording later, okay? But thank you all so much. Thank you, Augustine, Jamilka, Jamila. That was perfect. We're going to go ahead and just get started. And we would love to start with Jamilka with your presentation. But first, I would like to ask Carol, who is in the chat for Zoom. Carol, are you a mentor, or are you representing for a student?
So I'm on my phone right now, but my daughter Zamira, she's the one, as soon as she comes back down here, actually she's coming right now. She's the one who the session is for.
Awesome.
Actually, she's right here right now. Say hello. Hi.
Hi, you said Zamira?
Yep, Zamira. For some reason, I couldn't get her signed on on her iPad, so that's why she's using my phone with my ID.
Gotcha, no problem. Welcome back, Zamira. And Portia, are you representing for a student, or are you a mentor? Or Portia, excuse me.
Good evening, I'm Portia Page. I've been participating on and off for a couple of years now as a mentor.
Awesome. Well, welcome. I'll definitely tell Michael that you came in. And going back to Zamira, were there any questions that you had right now, since you're our student online? Were there any questions that you had at the moment before we get started with the presentations?
No.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what we're going to go ahead and do is get started. We would love to go ahead and have Jamilka go ahead. And if you have a presentation where you want to share your screen, you absolutely can. So just let me know.
Yes, please. I don't think I have permission yet.
Mm,
And I have a very short few slides, so it shouldn't be too long.
No problem. Let me make sure. Please, can you see for her to share her screen?
Yep, there we go. All good.
All right, thank you. And let me know when you can see my screen. Oh, hold on. There you go. Can we all see? Good. Okay, awesome. So I just wanted to touch base. I talked a little bit about like the different generally overview of the programs that we offer. So we're going to just kind of get into the specific majors, the application process, and just you can feel free to take a picture of my contact information if you do have any additional questions. Like Augustine said, like if you want a tour, if you want to come in and just ask those questions and get in more information, I'd be happy to do that with you and meet you. So getting started. Oh, there you go. So North Hennepin is part of the Minnesota state system, meaning we are, along with any of the other public 2-year community colleges. So like I mentioned, Hennepin Tech, Anoka Ramsey, MCTC, all of them in the state of Minnesota, as well as the 7 Minnesota state universities. What that means for you is if you apply to any of those schools, when you apply to the first one, you have that same login information to apply to any of the other ones. Meaning when you, after that first application, your information will be saved in the system. So it makes for a pretty fast, like I said, 30 minutes application for that first one. The next one will probably take you maybe 10 minutes. So it's a pretty cool system and a way to kind of either apply to multiple schools or start at a 2-year school and then transfer out to a university. Same thing applies. They'll have your information as well as your transcripts, which is really cool. So that way you don't have to request anything. It just happens. We have a little under 9,000 students that attend our school, both in person, on online, and a mix of everything in between. So there are not 9,000 students walking around campus, but it's a pretty small, cozy campus, but still a pretty large student population in general. Our average class size is 21 students. Now, Augustine was mentioning like questions that you should be asking the schools that you're applying for, the schools that you're interested in. This information is something that you should be asking. Are they regionally accredited? What is their student population? What is the average class size, right? Because you know, are you comfortable as a person in a lecture hall with 200 or 300 students, or do you prefer a smaller setting to kind of get started and then, you know, transfer out to a university? How do you work and what do you prefer, right? What's your learning style? Do they offer online and in-person options for you? Right now, North Hennepin offers about 50-50 online in person. You can mix and match the different classes. So just a few fast facts about North Hennepin, but also questions to ask the different schools that you're interested in applying for. As I mentioned, we have about 30 associate degree programs and a variety of certificates that go with that. And we offer degrees at the associate degree level. So that's your 2-year degree. So that is about 60 credits for every degree option that we have. Those 60 credits usually would then transfer out to a 4-year school, and you complete the next 60 credits to earn your bachelor's degree if that's what you choose to do. But these are all of the associate degree options that you have. The ones in red that are bold are specific to technology. So data science, graphic design, computer science, those, a lot of them are designed to either transfer out, but you can also be quite successful with just an associate's degree in those areas. And then the ones that are also in red but not bolded are programs that you can kind of start in, and then they do kind of, if you want to transfer out into technology or change your major or go to a different university, there are great segues into those programs. Our certificates are also, they're all under 30 credits, and they can be kind of mixed in and worked into your major that you choose, or you can just do a certificate on its own, but they're a lot more niched down to specific areas. Again, the red are technology specific certificate programs. So anything from internet programming, game programming, web graphic design, lots of different options for you. And then these are 5 of the 7 Minnesota State universities that we have partnership programs with. So Southwest, St. Cloud, Bemidji, Metro State, Mankato, and then the other 2 schools are Winona, and I'm missing one that's somewhere up here and I'm missing it, but Winona is another one. And then these are the 5 other schools. So that just means you can transfer into any of these schools. You could also transfer to any other school, Augsburg, St. Thomas, the U of M, out of state if you want to. It's just not a natural transition. So you just have to work with your advisor to kind of plan for that. And then I think, okay, so second to final, these are our tuition fees information. So this is what you'd be paying. And I'm sure it's the same at like Dunwoody and any other school. You're paying per credit, not per class. So just keep that in mind. Classes range from 1 to 5 credits. And the cost per credit is about $220 per credit. If you're a full-time student, it's about $6,600 a year. And again, so that's a great way to kind of get started with those basic classes, or just get your whole degree at a more affordable rate. And then if you choose to transfer out, then you save a little bit of money. And then finally, I mentioned earlier that the application processes for any school, it's not just the application, but there are other admission steps. These are the admission steps for North Hennepin, and they are similar across Minnesota State. First, you're applying for admissions. You're doing financial aid if you're choosing to use your FAFSA, which I would definitely recommend that you at least apply and see what you get. There should be some kind of placement test or placement test waiver, and then an orientation, whether it's in person or online, and then meeting with an advisor. Some schools might not make you do that. We do, which is a registration session, so that you can understand fully what classes you should be signing up for, what you should be looking forward to doing in the time that you are spending here at North Hennepin. And again, my contact information if you do have any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That was so good.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, Jamilka. Awesome. Okay, Zamira, let us know if you have any questions so far at any time. I believe Dave said that Bailey came into the classroom. Hello, Bailey, to you. And if there's anyone else, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much, Jamilka. That was a great, awesome presentation. I want to go ahead and get started with Augustine as well from Dunwoody. Would you like for me to place your panel on the screen, or would you like to go ahead and get into screen share?
I am gonna go ahead and go into screen share.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see here. All right. Let's begin. Can you all see my screen? Excellent. All right, so this presentation will be a little different. I am not going to go in depth as much in the different degree options Dunwoody has to offer, but talk a little bit more about the scholarship program that I manage called Pathways to Careers. But I'll go ahead and just start here with a quick brief overview of the different degree Dunwoody has to offer. And if you have any questions, I am happy to answer any of them. And I'll also add some resources in the chat too that you can come back and click on, or just use those. All right, so Dunwoody College Technology, we are located in Minneapolis, and we have been around for over 100 years. We were discovered by William and Kate Dunwoody. So this is our campus. If you've never been to our campus, believe me, if you might have driven by there about 100 or 1,000 times and not realizing that our campus is sitting at the very top of Minneapolis. As you can see, the downtown is just in the silhouette background here. So these, we have several different degree options available to our students, starting from a certificate options to associate degrees, bachelor's, and we also have some unique options available to our students. Those are bachelor's completion. And what those are, they're basically any students who's completed an associate degree at Dunwoody or other colleges that have accredited programs, and students receive credits from there. They can transfer into one of our bachelor's completion programs to get a bachelor's degree without having to start from scratch or starting all over again. And they're just basically stack that on top of their associate degree for additional 2 year or 3 years, because our bachelor's of architecture is 5 years total. So student can just start from there. And we have a lot of our students kind of taking this option into considerations. A lot of our students who wants to come in quickly, get their associate degree and start working full-time, they do not have to quit their full-time day job in order to continue their education. Most of our bachelor's completions are offered in the evening. In other cases, some of those are also online. So they can complete those at their own time, being able to work all day long and then be able to attend a couple of classes or one in the evening and go from there. So our program areas, we have our applied business management program, and that is complementary to all of our associate degree, regardless of the departments that you're seeing right now. So for example, if a student were to go into the automotive technician program and they want to get their bachelor's degree so that they can start their own shop, then that bachelor's degree in business is tailored for them to actually start their own shop or their own business. The programs in the automotive options, those are all associate degrees. We have our technical computer technology or computer science area, constructions. We have our School of Engineering and the School of Design. These two areas are within 2 years of them becoming their separate departments. And housed in the School of Engineering is we only have mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and computer science and industrial engineering technology. And within the School of Design, it housed the architecture program, interior design, and graphic design, sorry. And we have the one healthcare and sciences program that is a red tech, radiological tech, that is a healthcare program. And lastly, we have our robotics and manufacturing department. All right, so automotives, just to kind of break it for you, we have the automotive collision, automotive service. We also have our 5 manufactured base programs. The Honda and the Toyota program, those are also an associate degree. However, those are internship based, where our students complete the first semester at Dunwoody, and then they go into the dealerships within the Twin Cities to complete those. Our skills Subaru program, the Audi, and then the Mopar local, those are additional credentials that students can stack up on top of those associate degrees. Next, we have our computer technology programs. We have IT, we have web programming, we have computer cybersecurity. We also just recently added the cloud engineering technology program there for our students. Constructions, this is one of the biggest, the first most biggest department at Dunwoody, and house anything from construction management to electrical, HVAC, land surveying, and any programs that our students are looking for into like the management side of constructions. That's what we are more tailored in. And we have our School of Design again. We have an architecture program. The architecture program at Dunwoody is the only program that offers study abroad options for our students. So students are very excited to go into this program where they get to go to different countries, Italy, which have historically beautiful structures and buildings for them to study there. And we have our graphic design program for students who are looking into either the designing and artist and web programming, designing, or the marketing area. School of Engineering again, we just recently added the computer engineering areas here. However, we just recently got accredited by ABED, which was a huge topic of Dunwoody adding 4-year classic Bachelor's of Science into our programs. We are now ABED accredited for our mechanical engineering and seeking the ABED accreditation for our software and electrical program next. The reason we do not have accreditation yet is because we do have to have our very first class graduated, and which we did for mechanical engineering. So super excited and looking forward to our program continue to be developed. All right, so now we're going to talk about the fun part, which is the scholarship program, Pathways to Careers. And you are going to hear me referring to this program as P2C for most of this presentation. So that's the acronym that we use for that. It is a scholarship opportunities that gives underserved and marginalized students an opportunity to pursue a technical education that will transfer to a career. And that is through wraparound support coupled with mentorship opportunities to help students persist through college and get a success and successfully transition into the workforce. P2C, the program is intentionally focused in serving that underserved and underrepresented population. And what do we mean by these two terms is underserved means students that shows higher financial needs. Like Jamaica shared earlier, students are encouraged to complete the FAFSA, so we're able to determine what their needs are based on submitting their FAFSA. And underrepresented students, we're looking for students of color, marginalized group that are have that lack of representation in those fields. So why P2C? P2C was certainly designed with the mindset and keeping in mind that we are looking to dismantle the disparity gap in technical education. And that is through continuing to close the following gaps in creating academic and professional, closing the academic and professional barriers in those areas by closing the achievement gap, most certainly in high school, graduate, and between white and students of color. And how we're doing that is through our 3-week summer experience, which I will talk with you about a little bit more. And right now we're targeting juniors and seniors, but our goal is to start at the middle school level and even beyond that to start exposing students to these areas through some hands-on, interactive and immersive ways of learning about these different areas. Closing the income gap in Minnesota and also nationally and within the nations for people of color in those technical trades field, and obviously breaking the negative news about going into technical field has been a less than career path, and students who go to the technical field or students who can't, who has lower GPA. That is so far from the truth, and we want to break that. And of course, closing that skill gaps that exists in most of the essential industries, and then also creating some income equality between students of colors and other generations in the US. All right, so people who are eligible right now. So I do want to share that P2C has 2 distinct chapters. We have chapter 1, which focuses on those current high school juniors and seniors. And we have chapter 2 that is targeting the overlooked populations of post-traditional adults. Those are students who've already graduated high school, taking a gap year, or someone who's already gone to college, have some professional experiences and looking for a different track into their careers. So we do have chapter 2 that serve that population. But today we are only talking about the chapter 1, which any current juniors and seniors who qualify for pre-reduced lunch at the high school is another way of looking to talk about that low income population. Students who are interested in the technical areas, and certainly those who are unsure which exactly areas that they're interested in, especially in the engineering field. So we are looking to encourage the students to look at those different options and different opportunities that are available within that umbrella term. And this is also a stipend-based program where students will receive a payment for their participation in the summer experience, and also has to continue through the program while they enroll at Dunwoody or at the high school and continue through the program through our monthly engagement sessions. Lunches are provided through the summer experience. And also transportations are available to those students who may not have transportation, as we are looking to just get rid of all these different barriers that will get them access to these different opportunities. The summer experience this year will be from June 12th until June 30th. And this would be a full-time commitment for students who are looking to participate. Here's a little bit more information about the summer experience. Again, it will be from June 12th until June 30th. Full-time commitment Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 3:30. And during that time, what students do is when they come in together, they receive that immersive exposure to all of the different degree options that we have already previously shared with you, and interacting with current P2 Dunwoody students. Our faculties are there to help them through different projects, and they get to take all these projects home with them. So for example, they'll get to experience welding. Some of the pictures you're seeing here on this on the attachment here are from our summer experience, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the things that our students are working on in terms of machine tool, the manufacturing area, electrical, and then also a lot of the design programs that they get there to put their hands in. This is a program that is housed on our campus at Dunwoody. It is free of charge, right? So students basically, once they decide to attend, they just have to determine if they would be available for that 3 weeks. And we do pay them for their participation. And the stipend is $15 an hour for the 3 weeks for their participation, which is about minimum wage for the summer, and especially for our juniors. It's very great incentives for participation and learn more about what the different opportunities are for them out there. So how are students able to participate and how they apply? Just meet the program requirements that I talked about, being a current high school junior or senior, have high financial need, interested in a technical field, and also meeting the additional program requirements such as the GPA. We're looking at between a 2.0 and a 2.5 GPA. But we do a case-by-case review with all of our applications. We have a very knowledgeable and committee that we have from different cross departments with different personnel within the college to help us select the best candidates for the program. So students go through a intensive application process and an interview with P2C staff. We have 2 different applications. We actually have 3, but one of them already expired. But we have our next priority application deadline coming up here on January 15th. And then the final deadline will be on May 1st. So if students are interested, the application is currently open on our website. They're more than welcome to start that application process. Again, starting early, get it out of the way, and then be able to know what your plans are for the fall semester or for your summer. Next is another program that is within the Community Partnership Department is the Women in Technical Careers Scholarship, or known as WITC. And this is a great program for this group and this audience because it's focused on anyone who identified as women or non-binary. And it's a very similar scholarship to the P2C scholarship. It is up to $10,000 per year for students who apply and are accepted into Dunwoody and looking to pursue their education at Dunwoody. And it covers for up to 2 years and renewable. With it, it has a book stipend. It provides additional support in terms of childcare, provide one-on-one advising, mentoring. Each students get matched with another woman, professional woman or woman of color, to help mentor students throughout their education at Dunwoody, and they can take that relationship as far as they would like into their professional career. Students in that program get placed very highly, and students are making an average about $53,000 per year once they've graduated in the WITC program. Similar to P2C, they would get paid for their participation in any of the workshops that we host and receive wraparound support to make to persist and be successful in their programs at Dunwoody. And that is all I have for you. If you have any questions, I will go ahead and share these some of the program brochures with you. You can certainly reach out to me at any time for any questions. Again, I focus more on the scholarship and P2C aspect, but if you have any admissions questions, I'm more than happy to assist or direct you in the right direction. But again, application is open right now, and this is our website to learn a little bit more about the P2C program and all of its layers that it would take days for me to be able to share all that with you. But I hope that you were able to learn a little bit about the program. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Augustine. Just a wonderful presentation as well. So much information for our students. Super excited about that. Let me go ahead and share my screen because it is now time for our training session. So I have the link here. I'm also going to drop it in the chat. We're going to have Days get ready to put Zamira in a mentor room, which we're so excited about. And again, our students will be able to learn more when they get the recording. We have Emma, we have Portia, we have so many great people in here. Oh my goodness. Tori, thank you for supporting tonight. Rokasan, I hope I said your name right. From Nesby, Bailey is in the house as well too. Jamilka, Augustine, this is a great time for you two to go ahead and take a break because we're going to come back at 7:23 to get ready to close out tonight for any final questions. So we're just going to make sure that Zamira is in this mentor room to make sure that she is getting all the information she needs as well, one-on-one, to ask the mentors questions, and then she can come back and ask you all questions, or anyone in the room can actually ask any questions. But thank you all so much for those awesome, amazing presentations. So we're going to go ahead and do that in Days. Thank you for getting that room prepared. Awesome.
Yeah, no
Everyone's
problem.
still doing Is everyone still doing good tonight? This is really good. Yes, yes. Awesome, Emma. I know that's right. Cool. So we'll get ready and do that, and we will reconvene at about 7:23 so everyone can start to close things up. Mentors, please share as much as you can with Zamira. She's been one of the students with us like the entire time. So definitely pour into her. And Carol, her mother, you can go ahead and ask some questions as well too. So we will see you all soon. Go ahead and enjoy. Thank you, Days.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so they're all in one room. And then should I stay here for us, Shanetta, or?
Yeah, you can stay here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, me and Bailey are gonna hang out. Yeah. Oh, I gotta put it back on the screen.
Zamira has her own
You
screen
can,
too.
you can, join the Zoom if you want to
Portia?
join.
Portia, did you want to be in the group as well?
I don't know. Wait, did Portia not get in there? Did you want?
Yeah, I still see Portia out here, just in case.
Let me see. Oh, no, she just went in, I think.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. That's just if you want them to do this, and no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then if there are anything.
Zamira's on her iPad now, so I don't know if they need to get into a room.
Okay, yeah, I can. Caught me right before I got a little snack. Let's see how it is. Let's see. Okay. So There we go.
Days gonna drop you some links really quick as well too.
Links.
Yeah, because I have them for everyone. And then I just sent them to you just in case they don't have these links. Is there any way you could pop in that room really quick and drop those links? And then you can leave out of it.
Yeah, no problem. Let me see these links real quick.
Thank you. Tori, did you want to be a part of that group as well, just to? It's up to you if you just want to experience. I just didn't want to leave you out.
Oh no, I'm good chilling here. Thank you.
Okay. Days, did you
Yeah.
put Jamilka in there?
Yep.
You can take her, you can take her out. She was one of the presenters, so she was supposed to relax.
Oh, gotcha.
You're fine.
Wait,
Tori over there smiling.
Jamelka. Yeah, she's not in there right now.
Oh, she's not? Okay. She got out herself.
I think she might have got out of the Zoom, so she'll come back.
Yeah, she'll come back.
All right, I'm gonna join
Alright.
the thing really quick. Drop some links.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Copies. Case. Wait. Oh. Hey, sorry. I was just coming by to drop off some links that yeah, them links. Yeah, them. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's one link. And here's other link. Oh wait.
Oh, that's a better link. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Catch you later. Yeah. Four. And do you have the Zoom link as well? Okay, cool. Perfect.
Actually, well, before I was like, there was like the recording of the session one, the recording of the session two. And then you're back.
Gotcha. Well, if you need me to resend it, I can definitely do that. Yep. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Um,
Who has to unmute Days?
Okay, I'm back in again. Another thing. Why can't I?
Did you get bumped out, Zamira?
No, I'm on another another.
He's putting you in the
device.
room now.
Hey, I think we, yep, I think we got it now.
Yeah, she's gone. Yes. Yes. It's, it's time to let everyone back in.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
And make sure Jamilka comes in too, if she's still here.
Okay, I think they're trying to save their progress with the application thing.
Okay, okay.
Oh, Jamilka's back, okay. Yeah, I'll see what's going on. broadcasting to all rooms. We are closing up shop soon. Yeah, that's cool.
That was a nice end.
See that? You see how DJ Days D? Oh my goodness gracious!
Okay, did they finish? Did they
Yeah,
finish saving
they're
her progress?
yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So I think if I just there you go.
Oop. Okay. All righty. Okay, can everyone hear me? Good. So I hope that was a great session for Zamira and everyone to participate in the young life of someone on this adventure for a career in STEAM and in anything that they put their mind to. I hope everyone just really takes time to think about how we can impact these students' lives and how we can show up for them. And it takes a village. So I'm super excited. I want to make sure that if Zamira has any questions or your mom as well, Carol, just please let us know. If you have any questions for Augustine or Jamilka, do you have any by chance? No questions? Did you enjoy the process with everyone? Oh, that's good. I can't hear you, but I can see the smiles and I just love it. I love our students getting the attention that they need. Jamila, is there anything that you have to say for closing remarks on this night we've had tonight?
No, I'm all good.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone else in the room? I could just imagine what Jamilka and Augustine would have to say to one another, both working in admissions. I think that's a very rewarding role. Would you two have any last remarks for this evening?
It's been, a pleasure. It's something, this whole program is something new that I haven't heard about before. So it's really good to learn about it and get to meet you all. So thank you all for having me and listening to the talking.
Awesome. Augustine?
Yes, just also want to say thank you so much for having me here to share a little bit about our new programs. And Jamilka, it was really nice to meet you as well. I know that with the admissions world, it get crazy. We may have crossed paths, who knows? But it's great to hear that Hennepin Tech is doing wonderful work in getting our students trained and working with them. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you to North Hennepin. Thank you to Dunwoody. If there's any other remarks, you can go ahead and say them, but if not, we will see you all another night. Let's check the chat days one more time if you can, for any other information. All good?
Yep, looking like we're all good here.
No hands raised. Awesome. Well, wonderful work, everyone. Enjoy your evening, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's just drag this off. Cool. Alrighty, there we go. Perfect. Good ending, everybody. See you next time. All right, let's